Hello everyone, this is Vicki Verley. Thank you so much for joining me for your monthly Tarotscopes. These monthly mini readings offer a glimpse into what it's really like to have a personal consultation with me. A private reading is much more personal and in-depth. I psychically tune into your energy and get visions and impressions that are specific only to you. If you would like to order a personal reading from me, or check out some of the other products and services that I offer, you can do so by checking out the link below. And now, without further ado, on to the reading. Taurus. Hello Taurus, welcome to your September of 2014 Tarotscope and mini astrology reading. So let's get the cards going right off the bat and see what's in store for Taurus. Okay, I'm going to start to shuffle. Okay, it says 10 of rods, you've been carrying this heavy load. And 2 of rods, 2 of pentacles in reverse. So financial stresses, but it does seem like there's improvement. Okay, so let's have a look here. Let me get these cards up here and look through the viewfinder, make sure we can see everything. Okay, we want to come a little bit more towards this way. Okay, so the 10 of rods is up there, and that's that, you know, carrying that heavy load over here. And it was followed right up with this 2 of pentacles in reverse. So it's like working really hard and maybe not really seeing as much money or as profit that you'd like to. But all that's about to change here. 10 of Pentacles is showing up, so that is the big money card. This is the most, the highest financial card of financial gain in the deck here. It's the highest Pentacle card, 10. So there's something going to pop for you, and 6 of Cups is by it. So it's like maybe, 6 of Cups is always tied to the past, almost always. So something from your past coming back again, like maybe you're going to get a job back where maybe you've been laid off for a couple months, and you're going to get called back. Or maybe you're going to, you know, you lost your job and you were working in another field just to make ends meet, but now you're going to get a job back in where you were working in that field again. 6 of Cups can also tie in strongly into children and childhood. So maybe for some of you it could have to do with your own childhood or your children or a partner's children or something having to do with that. But it does seem like your finances are really taking a turn for the better. So that's good. Or you're going to have a big influx of money coming in here all of a sudden. Or say some of you have a single parent and you're trying to get your child support, and bam, you could get your child support all of a sudden, and you're getting some money all of a sudden. You're showing up in reverse down here. This is the part that's kind of weird, because you're the Knight of Pentacles. That's the earth sign person. That would be the Taurus person. That would be you. You know, in the reverse position. So when you show up in the reverse position, and especially by the 5 of Swords here, and this is like being stubborn, which, you know, you guys are notorious for being stubborn, it can be saying that sometimes you might be your own worst enemy. And Fool in reverse is there as well. Fool in reverse is like making the same mistake over and over again. It's like, I'm claiming to make a new beginning. Fool, I'm setting on this brand new path. I'm going on this new direction. But really, I'm just kind of doing the same thing I've always done again. And Ace of Rods is right by it. So it's clearly talking about, you know, a new beginning that's not going to get off the ground. So you're going to get this chance, but if you do the same thing again, you're going to end up with the same result, it looks like. That's what I'm trying to get to. But I feel like you have plenty of time for this, that you don't have to go down this path. You can make a different way. And sometimes we get so used to being in struggle that we just attract that energy to us. This is what 7 of Rods is talking about too, being in struggle. And struggling against a lot of different things. It's not just one thing. It's coming at you from all directions, and it's hard to, you know, it's hard to stave them off and stay on top of things. It's hard to do that. It's also talking about not rushing into anything. You know, so for some of you too, you may even get like some inheritance or insurance settlement. But sometimes the 10 of Pentacles is like a big chunk you just get all of a sudden at once. That may be the case. And if that's the case, don't be in such a rush to do anything about it. Here's one thing I want to say. The Queen, excuse me, I just got, the King, it's showing as a Knight of Cups, but it's funny that I started to say the Queen of Cups. So maybe it is a woman for a lot of you. There does seem to be this water person, who could be a Scorpio, Cancer, or Pisces. And they seem to have a good handle on it, and I feel like you should maybe sort of defer to them. So say you do get an inheritance, maybe this is a financial planner, you know, or maybe this is somebody that you need to talk to, or maybe it's a tax person or accountant that can help you with this finances, or maybe this is the person that is bringing forth this opportunity for you. Now, if we go by timing, also there is a full moon in Pisces coming up this month, which I'm going to talk about in a minute. Excuse me. Oh, excuse me. So it might occur right around that time. And also, if it's not around that time, it's going to be no later than the time of Scorpio, which is going to be late October, November. That this influx or change is going to come. Here's what I want to say too. Just be willing to listen to other people. Don't be so adamant about digging your heels into the ground here, because how's that worked out for you before? You know, doing that same thing over and over again. The full in reverse is very very important thing to note here. Doing the same thing and over again and expecting a different result is the definition of insanity, right? And that's that old. I believe that was Einstein. I'm not sure who said that, but that's so true. So. You're getting this opportunity, you're getting the second chance. It looks like something really cool could be popping up and happening for you. That's going to give you some end to your struggles here. Don't be in such a rush to make any snap judgments don't be so adamant about anything. You know, the more we're in flux, or the looser we are, the more malleable we are, the better. The more the universe can creep in and take us in a direction that maybe we never thought of. You know, we don't always think of everything in our own head. You know, there's things in heaven. There's more to heaven and earth than meets the eye, right? There's more things going on that maybe we never even thought of, but the universe has in store for us. So if you kind of just stay in flux and kind of maybe try to stay in the flow a little more, then you could maybe get a different result, okay? So just be more open. But the big message here is it looks like a lot of you are going to have some relief from some long-standing struggles with some financial stuff. Or maybe you had to pay something off and then finally paid it off. Or maybe if you are paying child support, your child's finally of age and you don't have to pay anymore. You know, it could be even that. So you're going to get this additional income. It's going to relieve some stress. Allow some room. Don't be so rigid. That's really what I want to say. Be a little more open. Try not to be so rigid, because there's a lot of good things that could really pop for you, and it does seem like things are popping for you, and many of it surrounding finances. Okay. So let's take a look at the chart for you. We put Taurus. I want to say Scorpio so bad. So I don't know. Maybe that water sign is a Scorpio, or stuff is going to happen in Scorpio. Because when I'm trying to say one thing, another thing coming out of my mouth, like just happened then. I'm trying to say Taurus and Scorpio's popping out of my mouth. Sometimes that universe wants me to say that. Okay. So the first thing that is happening is we're going to have a full moon on the 8th, which I mentioned. That is an event that may be notable for you since it was showing in the cards. We're having a water sign event, astrological event, in the form of this full moon. And that's going to be in your 11th house, right? Yeah, 12th, 11th house. So friends and associates. Full moon is shedding the light on. So I want to stress again, you want to listen to some of your friends and associates that have your good intentions in mind, and be open to what they have to say. Now the second thing that's happening on the 24th is a new moon in your 6th house of work and health. So, but in your case, from what the cards were showing, more likely some kind of new beginning in your job or work-related things coming up. And it's a great day of the 24th to initiate anything like that. Also, the 22nd of the equinox is going to be... so between the 22nd and 24th is great times for this new beginning in your work, but also health. And anytime you have a new beginning, a new moon in your 6th house, that's always a good time to start anything health-related. You know, start a new diet, a new workout routine, cleanse, whatever the case may be. Okay, so let's go ahead and move on to these animal totem cards, and I've pulled this out for you. Oh, and your card is going to be the Earthworm. And this says working old ground, but we're going to investigate it more. And as always, if you want to investigate it on your own, feel free to do that by looking up Earthworm Animal Totem. But I'll be back in a minute with my take on it. Right back. The message of the earthworm has to do with working old ground, which can involve reviewing your past or maybe even your past lives.
They digest huge amounts of soil, so it has to do with digesting and not holding on, releasing, letting go. Also, pay attention to what you're eating. Earthworms keep going on and can heal themselves. Even if they're decapitated, they can grow a new head. So it's about keep moving, keep going on, keep plowing through, and there will be a light at the end of the tunnel when you surface from the ground again.
Okay, before we go, I want to remind you all that I do have a book out called Tarot in the Modern World. And if you enjoy these readings that I do on YouTube here, chances are you're going to enjoy the book. It's easy to understand terms. I give upright and reverse position. And then I also give like a little bit of an interpretation of how to relate it to other cards, as I do when you watch the videos here, as I relate all the cards together, because I feel like that's really important. And I give like a little poem to kind of help you remember it. A new beginning is in store for you. It may involve love or creativity too, for the Ace of Cups. So it's a nice little book, easy to understand. It's available on Amazon, and you can find the link below. I also want to remind you that I have on other channels. If you look at my main page, The Rock and Roll Prophetess, I have a couple of other channels. One is music as a keyboard player, and I also write music, so if anybody wants to record any of my material, I would love to hear somebody else's take on it. And secondly, I have my children's channel, the Learning Songs for Kids, which features learning songs for kids. It pretty much says it all. But also the Green Glen Gang, which is something I've been trying to get going for a while, and I've been doing it lately in 3D as opposed to 2D, and I feel like that's the way that they're meant to appear on the screen or wherever they're going to end up being. So if you're interested in learning more about that or helping me get it out there, I'd love to hear from you on that. Or if you just have little kids, check out the learning songs that are on the page, on the channel. I want to thank you all for donating, because your little donations, big or small, it all goes together, and it really helps me to continue to do these free videos every month. Also, I want to thank you all for liking and sharing and commenting my videos, and ordering readings and ordering charts, and also the Tapestry of Life mandalas I wanted to mention. I don't always mention these, but this is something that I do. It's spiritual art based on your chart, just like this wheel here that we have. Everybody has an astrology chart with aspects in it, and that's how I created the Tapestry of Life mandalas. As I said before, it really is a labor of love. It takes many hours to complete it, but it's such an intense, cool, beautiful thing when it's all said and done. And I pick up a lot of psychic stuff on you as I'm creating it, and people have told me time and time again that as they gaze on it or look at it, they start getting stuff too, because the swirly designs really lend itself to letting the imagination flow, just like sometimes in the tarot cards where there's like some swirly designs. It might take you away, or you'll see other pictures or other visions within it. So I want to thank you all for ordering the mandalas and liking, commenting, ordering readings. And I want you to remember that you are love and beauty incarnate, and I'll speak to you soon.